Well, hello there, Carol Dockum here with Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. We're super excited today as we are continuing with our virtual networking events here at Beautiful Faces Going Places. We love bringing women entrepreneurs together for visibility, education, connections, and yes, fun. I am all about leveraging technology. If your products, goods, and services as a woman in business, woman entrepreneur, are not restricted to a geographic location, then you need to be here, right? Joining us here and virtually connected with other like-minded women entrepreneurs that are ready to help you succeed. And also provide leads and referrals and a support network. I truly do believe that we can't do business alone. And I like to think about running a business or as a success puzzle. There are so many different pieces of the puzzle that need to come together, whether it's business strategy, marketing, social media, your back office systems, automation, processes, all of those things, right? We don't always have it all those pieces of the puzzle to connect and go together so that we can succeed. And so I love bringing the experts to the table, our speakers, trainers, coaches, and experts that have that area of expertise, that piece of the puzzle to help you succeed in business and in life. So I'm excited to introduce to you our host today, the fabulous Brenda Aveyard. She is a master business strategist and sales coach for entrepreneurs. She is the author and CEO and founder of the Top Performance Business School. She's a very successful entrepreneur and business professional who has extensive business experience and decades of her own personal success. Her expertise is in sales training, implementation, and leadership programs. Brenda has traveled all over the USA, training others to be successful in sales and in leadership. She focuses on prospecting and asking for the sale and the often forgotten follow-up while guiding her clients to achieve their full sales potential and sales success. Please help me welcome the fabulous Brenda Aveyard.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Here we are, guys. So great to be here with you today. We're going to do something I think is really important in our business, and we're going to talk about how to make our marketing message pop. Then we're actually going to write a new marketing message to practice, and we're going to present it to each other and get some feedback. Does that sound like fun to you? Say yes. Okay. We're on the same page. You know, in my business, I deal with people all the time on being seen, being heard, and being known so that you can make an impact to attract people to you so you have people to talk to, leads to service, sales to make. So I work with female entrepreneurs, and it's exciting because female entrepreneurs are a little different than men. You know, men are always, you hear them talking business, they're always focused on the money, right? We're focused on the revenue. We're going to get this, and we have to have a new salesperson, a new sales leader. We are weak in that area. Women don't think that way. We think of nurturing. We think of helping people. We think of nurturing people. We're born to be parents. You know, we're born to be moms. We're born to take care of our elderly parents. So sometimes we have a different idea of what money gives us than other people do. And basically, sometimes we think money is bad, or we think, no, I'm not worth that. You know, finding your value, all of these are so important to female entrepreneurs. But money is good. Money only gives us two things, and I'm just going to be real upfront with you about this. Money gives us time and freedom. It gives us time to do the things that we want to do, and it gives the freedom financially to be able to do those things. So that's what we're looking at is time and freedom. And I know that all of you would like to have more time and freedom because I know what my clients that want. They want to be able to go places, experience things. They want to be able to do great things for their families. They want to be able to grow and prosper and have a lot of self-satisfaction from helping other people. But the bottom line is, ladies, that it doesn't really matter what we do, if we don't make money, we don't stay in business, do we? A large percentage of entrepreneurs fail in the third to fifth year of their business because they can't support their business anymore. And there's no reason for that. So it all starts with your marketing message. It all starts with how you tell people what you do. Marketing messages are a weird thing. I think every networking group that I go to has a different formula for how you should give your marketing message. Okay. I don't call it an elevator speech. I don't call it I don't call it an elevator speech. I don't call it a 30-second commercial or a 60-second commercial because let me tell you something. That's not what we're doing. We're not trying to sell. We're trying to start a relationship with someone. Let them know who we are, what problem we solve, how we can help them. Find out what that is and help them get across. Maybe you're in cosmetics and maybe you need to evaluate their skin type. But it all starts with you because if you were a Mary Kay beauty consultant, there's one everywhere. I mean, they're everywhere. So it doesn't really matter. They buy from the person that they relate to, that they like, that they know, and that they trust. Those three words are absolutely right on. They have to like and know and trust you, but they also have to know who you are, what you do, what problem you solve, how they can talk to you, and who you are. And that's what we're going to break down today. So today we're going to talk about what a lot of people think a marketing message is. I say my name, I say what I do, I say my name again, and it's over. So if you're networking, I would imagine that a lot of networking events that you go around the room and everyone talks about themselves and they say something like, "Hi, my name is Brenda Aveyard. I'm absolutely not a boring business coach. I'm a sales and business coach. I work with female entrepreneurs. My name is Brenda Aveyard." Is that kind of what you see and hear? Okay. Tell me if this sounds any better. Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and you can't go back to sleep? You don't know exactly what it is, but your mind is racing, you're thinking about business, and you just can't calm your mind to go back to sleep. I know you do sometimes because I do too. You see, if we were to examine that period of time, we would find that you probably are concerned about your business. And if we break it down further, it's probably all about money. So I solve the problem of women making money in their business by teaching them the active things that they need to be doing during the price. So if you aren't making the money that you think you deserve, if you aren't walking away with a credit card at the end of a sales conversation, you and I need to have a conversation. My name is Brenda Aveyard. I'm a sales and business coach for female entrepreneurs, and I'd love to chat with you after the meeting. Is that a little more enticing? Did you relate with anything that I said in there? Because you have to be relatable to them. So there are several different ways that you can do this. In the first part of your marketing message, first of all, let me tell you the two secret things that people don't talk about. And that is the first 6 seconds of your marketing message and the last 6 seconds of your marketing message. Those are the things that people remember. So in the beginning of your marketing message, you need to have something that grabs their attention. I call it a hook. You hook them into the conversation. When you grab their attention, did I grab your attention when I said, do you ever wake up in the middle of the night and your mind is racing and you can't get back to sleep? How many of you could relate to that? Yeah, I could too. Yeah, I know. Jamie was a little slow. She go, oh, yeah, that's me too. Okay. So what we have to do is we have to get their attention because if we just start out with, my name is Brenda Aveyard. I'm a sales and business coach for female entrepreneurs. They've heard Carol say, I have an online chamber of commerce called Beautiful Faces Going Places. And whatever you do, it's like everybody else says. And if you can seriously watch the crowd in the room, if there are 25 people in a circle, and you watch them as people start to say their names and they're sitting down, they're saying their names, people start to look down at their phone to see if they have a text message, okay? Because it's not really that exciting. But if you can say something that gets their attention, they will listen and they won't do that. And you have to grab them in the beginning, because if you don't, you've lost them to technology. You can do this in several different ways. There are several ways you can do it. One is a quote. Okay, I use Zig Ziglar's quote many, many times in a marketing message. I'll say, how many of you are in sales? And I put my hand up. So about 2/3 of the room will raise their hand. And I'll say, Zig Ziglar says that he thinks everyone is in sales. You may not have the title of a salesperson. However, if you communicate and deal with people, you, my friend, are in sales. So let me ask you that question again. How many of you deal or communicate with people? How many of you are in sales now? And isn't it true? Probably the most powerful person in a corporation. This is one of my pet peeves about business. One of the most powerful people in an organization, I'm talking about a corporate organization, is the person who answers the telephone. Many times one of the lowest paid people in the business, but they set the tone for everyone who calls in, for everyone. And you would think that would be compensated higher because the value is there. If they answer them and say, hello, company XYZ, can I help you? Yeah, right. She's going to help me. But if she goes, company ABC, hi, this is Brenda. What can I do for you today? It starts it all together different, doesn't it? So you can start with a quote. You could also start with something like a statistic. Do you realize that only 10% of people actually ask for the sale during a conversation? The most common close is, well, what do you think? Or are you ready to get started? You know, it's like, you have to ask. Ask is another thing. So you can tell us statistics. Do you realize that only 10% of people follow up? Okay, let's change that. I think it was 72% of people who buy from you have been asked 10 times before they make a decision to buy. And if you don't, and only about 72% of the people even asked 10 times. So if you're not asking repeatedly and being consistent and persistent in your approach, you don't stand a chance of getting the sale. But I know what you're thinking. Oh, yeah, but I had a sales conversation last week with somebody. I just met them. We had a conversation the next day and she said yes. And now we're working together. So that isn't always true, Brenda. But we call that in the sales area a bunny. It just hopped up and jumped in our arms. But that doesn't happen very often. Somebody else has asked them many times to buy a product that's similar or the same as yours. But they chose you because they like something about you. And it's your interest level, it's your energy, it's how you project yourself and how you tailor your marketing message for the group. And when I say marketing message for the group, you are only speaking to your ideal client when you're giving your marketing message. Because I attend a lot of meetings. I have a lot of men there, and I don't really work with men. But I always say, I am a business coach for female entrepreneurs. And the female entrepreneurs are hearing me. The men are hearing me too, but they're not going to act on it because it isn't what they need. They need something else. So making sure that you're targeting your ideal client and not the entire room, because anyone who sells to everyone sells pretty much to no one. Everybody wants an expert to deal with them. And I'm sure that each and every one of you are experts in your field. Act like one and demand that attention when you're talking. Another thing you can do is a story, a 5-second, 10-second story. I was just talking to a client yesterday, and when we started working together, she was doing $60,000 in revenue, and this year she's targeted to finish out in 2 months at 210. So it's a great change when we do great things, but so many times we don't know what to do. I know what to do. So after the meeting, please stop by and chat with me, and we'll schedule a call to talk about your number one business challenge. My name is Brenda Aveyard. I'm an absolutely not a boring business coach. I look forward to talking to you in a moment. Okay, see where I'm going with this? So I'm going to screen share with you a form that I couldn't put in the chat, but Carol's going to email it to you. But we are going to start with a screen share. So I'm going to do my desktop. Let me go in here and make this big. Okay. Now, okay, let's see. I have it here, right? Your screen sharing. Let's make this big. Okay. You. Okay, can you see that, everybody? Okay, so I want you to write these 4 questions down. Carol will send you a copy of this and it will be posted on the YouTube. But this is an outline for your marketing message, your approach. Now, today, since we don't have time to do research, today what we're going to do is you can make up a quote, a statistic, or a short story to open your marketing message with a hook. So it'll be something to pertain to your business or something that pertains to you or something mainly that pertains to your ideal client, the person that you actually sell to. That's who you're talking to. There may only be one of them in the room, but you want to be totally focused on them. So, your approach, is it a quote, a statistic, a story? There are several other things that you can do, but we're just going to work with these 3 for today. The solution I have for your challenge. Let them know what challenge they have that you can help. In the quote, I mean, in the quote and the stories and the statistics, it all pointed to something that your ideal clients struggle with, and you want to tell them the solution you have for that challenge. Your offer, that's offering to have a conversation with them after the meeting, or offering them to pick up your business card and click on the QR code in the back and schedule a call with you. You'd love to get to know them better and love to learn to help them. And then who I am last. So, what they're going to remember is how you got their attention, number one. And what else they're going to remember is who you are. And I'm going to tell you really quick while you're getting your head on right to do this, is how I came up with this whole idea was the fact that when I first started my coaching practice 9.5 years ago, I did networking for the very first time. I'd never really done networking before. When I went, I did what everyone else did. I said, at that time, I said, my name is Brenda Aveyard. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach, and I work with people on how to get what they want out of life because I'm actually a certified life coach. So I started out in life coaching and then I went to business coaching because that's what I've done my entire life, half entrepreneur and half corporate. So this brought me to doing what everyone else in the room did because we don't know what we don't know. And then one meeting, there were 25 to 30 people sitting in a big circle in a bookstore. I was the lead on that meeting and I was running the meeting. And I had a distraction of something I had to take care of. And I asked the person next, can you take care of this for just a moment? And I had just given I will call it a 30-second commercial because it definitely wasn't a marketing message about what I did. It was just saying who I am. And I could hear what was going on in the room. And before they started the next person, somebody that was a guest said, "Excuse me, can you tell me what her name was? I want to talk to her and I didn't catch her name." And I got Brenda, but I don't know her last name. And in unison, 4 people out of 25 to 30 people said out loud, speaker trainer coach, because that's what I always ended with. I said, hey, wait a minute. Does anybody here know my last name? Wasn't it interesting? Only a couple people that I knew personally outside of the networking meeting actually knew my last name because I didn't focus on my name. I focused on speaker trainer coach. So that's why we're doing this exercise today. So what I'm going to give you 5 minutes or a little less to actually write out. You can make up your quote, statistic, or story because you don't have time to research the solution you have for the challenge that your ideal client has, your offer, what you're willing to do for them, and who you are. So start sketching it out, and then we're going to practice it. You can read it, you're not expected to know it. So this is a fun exercise. So if you're watching this on replay, have fun with it. Actually do it. Take your phone out, put your voice recorder on, read it, listen to it, listen to the words in it, listen to what you're saying as if you don't know you, and then polish up your words. And then practice it with voice inflection, pausing. Actually, your eyes get bigger. You use your hands when you're talking and polish it into something that's really professional and really good. Marketing message just can last anywhere from 30 seconds to you can turn it into a presentation. You can turn it into a 10-minute presentation. You can turn it into a 20-minute presentation. You can turn it into a half a day workshop. It's very simple once you get a very, very strong marketing message that grabs their attention, tells them the problem you solve, makes an offer to them, and lets them know exactly who you are and how to contact you. So that is the message in a bottle for today, is make sure your marketing message pops. So you guys that are on the call, I'm going to talk to the other people for just a second while you're writing yours out, and then we're going to go around and we're going to practice it. So you can take a screenshot of this, or you'll get it at a later time. So while they're writing out their marketing message, I want you to remember that more than one marketing message is many times required. After you get really good at it, and your clients have several different challenges, you'll be able to stop when you walk into a room and you'll be able to look at the room, get the feel from talking around the room in the beginning, feel the energy of the group, and then you can choose one of multiple marketing messages that you have. And that's how you start your signature talk. You add stories, you add statistics, you add quotes, you add a multitude of things, maybe a survey, maybe an exercise like we're doing right now. But it all starts, everything starts with your marketing message. I can remember when I started studying marketing messages, I studied the elevator pitch. So I live in Dayton, Ohio, and I was downtown Dayton and I was going to the Racket Club, which was it's a private club on the top of the big bank building downtown. And it's a really nice restaurant for members only. And I was going down there for a luncheon, a networking luncheon. And when I got on the elevator was packed. And what they taught was you get on an elevator and you tell people who you are and what you do while you're going up the elevator. So I thought, well, I'll try this. I actually did get on an elevator and I didn't turn around and everybody was just looking at me like, doesn't she know she's supposed to turn around? And I didn't. And I said, hi, is anybody going to the networking meeting upstairs? That's where I'm headed to. My name is Brenda Aveyard. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach, and I work with businesses on how to make more money in their business. And I'm happy to meet you all. If anyone would like to come along with me, it's going to be a lot of fun upstairs. So just thought I'd introduce myself and tell you to have a nice day. That was really awkward. I have to tell you, that was very awkward. I felt like a crazy person, but I did it anyway. So if you're brave, if you're brave and you get on an elevator, just start talking to the people. They aren't say anything because they're so shocked that somebody gets on there and starts talking to them. And then they're getting off of the elevator kind of like backwards because they're trying to look at you when they're leaving, thinking, where did she come from? But it takes those things. We do things. The successful people do the things that people who are not so successful refuse to do. So I invite you to really dig into this message as we move forward. And are you guys about done?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm
Excuse
going to stop sharing the screen and bring you all back up here so we can see each other. And we have some more time left. So Who would like to go first? Carol, why don't you go first? Because they're still writing a little bit and you're familiar with all of this.
Sure, sure. Okay, I decided to go with the my approach using a quote. So
Okay,
so here goes.
you can read it.
I'm going to read it because I just actually used ChatGPT to help me with this. So they say
Ooh.
your network is your net worth, and I believe that's especially true for women in business. That's exactly why I created Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network, an online chamber of commerce to support women in business designed to empower and connect women entrepreneurs through visibility, education, and networking opportunities, both online and in person. We offer a vibrant, high-vibing community filled with opportunities to showcase your business, learn new skills, build powerful relationships, and grow both personally and professionally through networking events, lunch and learns, coffee and connections, and educational programs. I'm Carol Dockum, CEO and founder of Beautiful Faces Going Places on a mission to market, promote, and connect women in business. So no one is ever the world's best kept secret. That's it.
Perfect. Yay.
I
Great
think
job, Carol.
I think it's a little long and wordy, but I think I can kind of narrow it down a little bit and kind
Yeah,
of
and
tweak
this
it
and
to
this
make it
is
my
a
own.
yeah, and this is a workshop type thing.
Okay.
So the first step, as I was telling while you all were writing or researching, was it'll be long in the beginning. And then you take some of the adjectives out, and then you take some of the fluff words out, and you tailor it down so that you can make it 30 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever the rule is for that day, wherever you are. And sometimes they'll even give you 2 minutes. And all you do, you used a quote, all you do is add a short story. So you gather a group of little 30-second stories. So if they say you have a couple of minutes, and people do that. I was at one last week and they said you have 2 minutes, 2 minutes or three, whatever it takes, because there were only like 9 people there. So I pulled out a couple stories that I have in my brain in that little file cabinet. I said little, but it's pretty big. So, we have to be creative and have a plan. And remember, ladies, we're always working on our next best version. So today it'll be a little rough, but it'll be better tomorrow and the next time you write it. And then listen to yourself. Okay, Jamie, you ready? Okay,
Let me
unmute
get
yourself. There
myself
you
off
go.
of mute. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so bear with me. I'll just give you a little bit of background before I do this so everybody knows. I am just starting my own virtual assisting business. I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 5, so I have a passion for getting a healthy work-life balance. And so that's what kind of drives me. I would love to help business owners do the same thing. Um, so I'm just getting started. So I will go ahead. I'm going to have to read this, so I apologize.
We want you
But
to.
I started out with a quote, and this is totally made up, and I don't know if this is anywhere near what it is. But did you know that 80% of business owners spend an average of 20 hours per week working on essential behind the scenes tasks to keep their business running smoothly? I can help take some of those overwhelming tasks off your plate. Scan the QR code on my business card to view my services and schedule a discovery call. I'd love to see how I can best support your business. I am Jamie Massa, a virtual assistant who's here to help you support your business in the best way that I can.
Jamie, that was beautiful.
Oh,
Can I
thank
give
you.
you
I
can I
appreciate
give
that.
you a little feedback?
Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. I was so excited to be here for that.
I'm so excited you are. Go back to the part, read me the part where you said, I would love to.
Okay, let's see. I'd love to see how I can best support your business.
Okay. This is for everybody. This isn't for Jamie, but she said my little phrase that I hear, I would love to. People don't really care what we love to do. They care about what they need. So, an alternate way of saying what you said that may be more effective to them would say, would you like to have that 20 hours in your week back to make sales and make more money?
That's great. I love that. Thank you.
You are so welcome. You're so welcome, Jamie. That was great. That was a great job.
Thank you.
I look forward to meeting you.
Yes,
at the
you as
next
well. And I will
local
put my
event.
details in the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you. Well, as a matter of
Thank you.
fact, you can click on my link in the chat and schedule a time with me and we could talk. I could probably give you a couple more
Yes.
pointers on that.
Yes. That would be great. Thank you so much. I
You're
appreciate that.
welcome. Barbara, hi. So nice to see you again. Barbara does Legal Shield in Canada and one of my international friends. So, Barbara, give us what you got.
Well, I'm glad that Jamie went first because I crossed off one of my lines. I would love to.
Good. We're all learning. It takes a tribe sometimes to do something as simple as a marketing message.
Okay, so here we go. As business owners, do you ever wish that you could pick up the phone and ask a lawyer a question? Do you have some great ideas on how to build your business that you'd like to run by a professional before implementing? What if you could do that without worrying about the cost? Legal Shield offers you an affordable monthly membership that gives you access to lawyers. Think of Netflix, but instead of movies, you get lawyers. Let's meet to find out more about you and your needs and see how I can help you. My name is Barb Fisher. I'm an ambassador for Ladies of Justice, powered by Legal Shield and ID Shield.
Great, great. Let's go back to that one part. Okay, go back to the part before your last sentence
Mm-hmm.
and re-say it to me.
Okay, so I kind of didn't finish writing before we got here, but the last thing I had written was let's meet to find out more about you and your needs.
Okay. When you talked about Legal Shield, how would you like to have an attorney? You know?
Oh,
And then
Legal
you
Shield.
talked about, go ahead.
Okay, so do you want me to start with Legal Shield offers you?
Yes.
Okay, Legal Shield offers you an affordable monthly membership that gives you access to lawyers. Think of Netflix, but instead of movies, you get lawyers.
How would you like to be the expert on everything? Something like that. Something to pull them into the thing. If they had that knowledge, what would they be? You could, I'm just trying to think of a few words that you could say that would pull them into it,
Hmm?
with the power and knowledge of an attorney in your hip pocket, how far and how fast could you go? Just thinking of something that will make it personal to him, like with Jamie, when we said, how would you like to have that 20 hours back in your week to sell and make more money?
So with the power and knowledge of a lawyer in your hip pocket, how would that make you feel? Is that what you said? Or
Think of what you could do if you had the
think of what
power of an attorney in your hip pocket. That's kind of clever, isn't it? Okay,
yes.
I think we
Thank
made
you.
great progress here today. So when you do your marketing message, watch your people and see how they respond to it. Don't read it off the telephone. I've been seeing this thing going around at this one networking group that I'm going to, where people are reading their messages kind of off of their cell phone. That's not a way to communicate. So you want to get up there, you want to know it. You can memorize 30 to 60 seconds. And then pay attention to what they're doing in the room while you're doing it. It'll tell you a lot. And if somebody walks up to you after the meeting and says, hey, could we chat for just a moment? I wanted to ask you a question. That means it was good. Go back and think of what you did. It's like when you have a sales conversation, when you're finished with it, the first thing you should do is write down, what did I do really good today in this sales conversation or this marketing message, whichever the case may be. What can I improve upon? You may have felt that you kind of lost them in one piece. And what will I never say again? Because we do that. Sometimes we say something and think, how did that come out of my mouth? It did. I mean, how many of you have done that? I have. How did that come out of my mouth? I did not mean it that way, but it did. And so when we evaluate ourselves after the fact, it gives us more power in the future. So when you're new at it, after you leave, I want you to think, or just while you're taking notes and other people are talking, what I did good was my energy was high. I was excited. what I need to work on is my offer part. I didn't transition good and to say, hey, pick up my business card. There's a QR code in the back and you can book a call with me. I'd love to get to know you. Do you see where I'm going with that? And what I never say again is maybe I said something and I stuttered on it because I didn't know it well enough. And that happens all the time. But when you're aware of it, you're less apt to do it the next time. So I leave you with this so that you can go out and practice, be creative, be captivating, have people want to talk to you because you set the stage. Nobody else sets your stage except for you. Thank you. You're muted, Carol. Carol's talking, but her lips are
Oh,
moving.
I am.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing, Brenda. You really you nailed today's topic, make your marketing message pop. And then having each of us do the exercise. It's a fantastic formula that you provided for us. And you know what, through that formula, I feel like I had an opportunity to even get to know more about Jamie and what Jamie has to offer, and Barb, what she has to offer. So I think it's a great strategy and a great way to captivate your audience, right? And grab their attention. And I can just totally see the value in that, because sometimes I just kind of ramble and
We
like
never do that, do we, ladies?
no. And like you mentioned earlier at the very beginning, our marketing message should be speaking to our ideal clients, right? Not to everyone in the room. So whether, you know, and I know now with this formula, depending upon who my audience is and where I'm networking or wherever, whatever group organizations maybe I'm a guest versus I'm the host, I can tailor my marketing message to the audience, right? So I love that. That was my great takeaway. So thank you.
And you know, I have done this before too. This is something to think about. I believe that you're more powerful if you get there early and you get to talk to people before you even gather together because you kind of have a feeling. You can use something they said to you in the room when you were telling them what you did. Say, you know, I was just talking to a person today who said, yeah, I need to talk to you. I need to make more money in my business because I'm always too short of money at the end of month. How
Yeah,
many of you can relate to that? I bet there are a lot of you. And
absolutely.
you pull somebody from the room that said it. And if somebody in this room said it, it must be true. Is that right?
That's right. Jamie and Barb, do either of you have a takeaway today that you'd like to share with us?
I've heard something similar before, and I think I've even done exercises like this before, but it, I don't know, this time it kind of like just really, really makes more sense. And I don't know if it's the way you said it or you helping us through it. I love the tip you gave. Like I was thinking, oh, I think I got it this time. And then, but when you that one little tweak that you did, I mean, I think you must be an amazing coach.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Barb. I appreciate that. I have fun with what I do, and you'll find that everything in your business will be easier when you're having fun doing it. I spoke to a group yesterday. I spoke to a group of people. I did this as a favor for one of my ex-clients. I don't do this kind of work, but I love her, so I did it. I did get a customer service training at multiple libraries. It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, I was out of my element, but you want to know something? I decided if I'm going to go in there and have fun, even if it's your marketing message or a 2-hour presentation that I did. I had fun. They had fun.
Yeah.
I participated. They participated. And people were hugging me when they left. So have fun with this. It's not life or death. It's something to have fun with. Vicky Cyphers, I haven't seen you forever. Hello. She just popped in the room.
Hi, Vicki. So Jamie, do you have a takeaway today?
Yes, I do. This was super helpful. So thank you so much. Again, I'm just getting started in this, so I have a lot to learn. And I am, of course, looking to expand my network in hopes to grow my business. So I'm super excited. This was super helpful. And I'm just still figuring out how and where to market myself, the best places for those. So I will probably be in contact with you, Brenda, for sure.
Well,
Perfect.
do,
But
and
thank you.
I'll help you with some startup tips.
And
Yes, I
Jamie,
appreciate that. Thank you
and,
so much. This was
and
great.
Jamie, I welcome you to join Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network because we are a great support, a community. I like to call us high vibers.
Yeah.
We're high energy, high impact. And this is a great resource for you in terms of connections and getting that visibility and getting the word out about your service and your offering. So we're thrilled that you're here because this Brenda's presentation today, Make Your Marketing Pop, was just so on point. Yeah. And as small business owners, women entrepreneurs, we need to be captivating, right? And attracting our ideal clients when they see you, hear you, feel you, and yeah, your personality shines. You're going to attract your ideal clients and then build your business, right? And then if you tap into a fantastic business coach like Brenda, you're going to nail it. So really excited for you. And
Awesome. Thank you
Vicky,
so much.
yeah, Vicky, do you want to pop on and say hello? I know we're getting ready to wrap up, but wonderful to have you here.
Thank you. Glad I could just stop by. I just happened to see the notice through my Facebook or something and thought I'd pop in for a quick second. I'm really kind of starting my business over. So I'm not really, and that's part of my problem is I'm not sure which direction I want to go because some things I used to do, I can't do anymore. And same thing. So it's kind of like reinventing or having a whole new business sort of thing. So I'm kind of going that way. I might need to talk to Brenda about that.
I was
A little
just going
bit
to say,
too.
Brenda can help you with that, Vicky. I know you are amazing at what you do. Brenda, why don't you take it away and help or give some tips on what Vicky should do to kind of restart her business, right?
Yeah, and it's great that we have two of you on here that are just starting up your business. You and Jamie both. And even though you've had your business before, I know that you've done video editing, a lot of things in the technical field.
Mhm.
The statistics say don't really stray more than 15 to 20% away from what you know because you're effective quicker. So you have some great talents, Vicky, and I'd be happy if you go in and copy. There's a link in there. You can book a call with me, and I'll be happy to just listen to you and find out what you're thinking and give you a
Okay.
couple pointers
Sounds
on how
good.
to start. Yeah, it would be nice to see your face again.
Thanks.
And the same with you, Jamie. So, yeah, I think it's, starting over is different than starting up first because you have some structure already there and you pull what you don't want to do and add what you do want to do. And you just make the package a little prettier and tie a bow on it and get started.
Yeah,
I
I think
love
that sounds
that.
exactly like what I need. And only hopefully it's still got some of the old parts. I'm not sure. That's what I mean. I don't know if I'm still doing video. I do some, but then like I'm thinking about doing proofreading and
Oh, great. Well,
different things.
it's all in the same genre,
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's
Yeah.
related.
Yeah, it
So
is. You'll figure it out. I'll help you if I
yeah.
can.
I think at this point I need to talk to somebody else about it because now so far I've done months of being in my own head about it and not talking to anybody else or getting anybody else's opinion or viewpoint on it. And I'm kind of like spinning my wheels. So
Well, we can talk ourselves in and out of a lot of things. And
exactly.
sometimes it's not good for us to talk
Yes,
ourselves in and
exactly.
out of things.
Yeah.
That's like, my specialty is sales. I'm telling you, you can talk to somebody. I mean, somebody can be ready to buy and you just keep talking and then you talk them right out of it. So
Talk about it.
there is a good point. There's a balance. I always
Yeah.
tell people, talk to somebody who has done what you've done, what you want to do.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody who understands the business process and be selective in who you talk to, somebody that understands you and your language. And, it takes, we don't have to do this all on our own.
Right.
Oh, it's
That's
nice to see you, Vicki. Thank you
thanks.
for
Thanks a
coming,
lot, Brenda.
even
Good to
if
see
it
you
was
too.
at the last minute.
Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us here today. Brenda, thank you so much for delivering and a very impactful make your marketing message pop. This has been an amazing, amazing time together. I thank you for joining us, and please visit our website often. As you know, we're always creating new events online and in person, and invite you to join us at any point in time. So we love helping you connect with other amazing, empowering, high-vibing women entrepreneurs. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you all for
Bye.
your time.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.